All-star pitcher Tyler Glasnow is the latest Dodger to go on the injured list. Cooper Kupp explains how the Rams came to love 11 personnel. And Kawhi Leonard says he's not surprised Paul George left the Clippers. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. And so it is July 10th, 2024. Absolutely beautiful day outside. Kind of shocked because Illinois is anything but beautiful. But hey, we'll take the good times when we can get it. Especially when it comes to LA sports, which we could use some after last night. If you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Gnarly day, must say. Philadelphia 10, Dodgers 1. Bobby Miller got absolutely destroyed. He allowed 9 earned runs. His ERA has swollen to over 8. Dave Roberts called the night embarrassing. Cavan Biggio hit a home run to account for the only Dodgers offense. But if you want a bottom line, LA leads the West by 7.5, and we've been saying it all along. The Dodgers are treading water until they get healthy. So there's that. Minnesota 82, Sparks 67. The Sparks are tied for the fewest wins in the WNBA. And meanwhile, today the Dodgers are still at Philadelphia. The game starts at 4. Gavin Stone is 9-2 with a 3.03 ERA. Christopher Sanchez 6-4 with a 2.96 ERA. And what do you say we get to the news? You know, it was only yesterday when I was musing that the Dodgers had a hell of a rotation on the injured list. Just yesterday, as a matter of fact, Fox Sports baseball analyst and former Major League pitcher Dontrelle Willis said that the Dodgers pitcher Tyler Glasnow had the 4th filthiest stuff in the game. Hey, guess who was added to the injured list yesterday? You guessed it. Once again, timing is nothing in this world when it comes to the Dodger rotation. He is out until after the All-Star break with back tightness. The Dodgers rotation as it currently stands is 4 rookies and James Paxton. Their ERA is the 2nd worst in baseball since Yoshinobu Yamamoto went down. Now, let's pause for a moment. They don't think the injury is that serious. It is a distinct possibility that the Dodgers were seeking any reason to pull Glasnow from the All-Star game. Keep in mind, the most innings Glasnow has ever pitched in a season is 120, and he's already at 109. The Dodgers have 7 starters, by the way, on the injured list. Now, I rattled off the all-injured rotation yesterday. I didn't even include Emmett Sheehan. They also have 5 relievers on the injured list, a former MVP in Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Jason Hayward, and a partridge in a pear tree, a dead partridge at that. Craziness. So what do? Right? I will say that another reason that I believe that this injury is not that serious is they didn't even get the guy an MRI to check out his lumbar. So no, they don't imagine him being out for that long. The Dodgers have recalled right-hander Michael Peterson from AAA. Jason Robleski is on standby if they need that extra pitcher to get through. But again, it's pretty crazy. And I think it also goes back to something that you and I were talking about earlier in the season. The Dodgers cannot sit there and claim that this is all just happenstance. There is something that they are doing wrong when it comes to assembling a pitching staff because everybody gets hurt. What are they doing that puts pitchers at risk for injury? Anything we would say at this point is speculation. We talked about the strain on the elbows from trying to do whatever it takes to get spin rate. If you hold the split-fingered fastball or the cutter, you do so by spreading the fingers so wide you can actually feel the strain on the ulnar collateral ligament. I'm not saying that at Glasnow you signed a pitcher with a lengthy history of injury. There is something that the Dodgers are doing that is functionally wrong with their pitching staff. We just don't know what it is exactly. Let me know what you think, of course, in the comments thread. Sean McVay and 11 personnel. With very brief exceptions in McVay's tenure with the Rams, which is his only head coaching tenure, I might add, damn near every play call has been based on the assumption that there's going to be one running back, one tight end, hence the name 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers tucked in pretty close to the linemen to help out with blocking. But according to Cooper Kupp, McVay did not come to LA with the idea of utilizing that so damn much. Kupp said that McVay noticed how effective the Rams were in 11 personnel when they would run 2-minute drills during training camp as a rookie coach. So Kupp goes on his podcast, quote, "You get drafted. I come in there, I'm the F. I'm the slot. In Sean McVay's offense with the Washington football team, 11 personnel was used on 3rd down and 2nd and 8 plus. So the anticipation is when I come into OTAs, I'm on the sidelines until it's 3rd down or we're in 2nd and 8 plus, right? Then I come in. During OTAs, we put in 8 plays, numbered 1 through 8. It was just for our 2-minute hurry up. Hey, this is how we're going to operate in our 2-minute stuff. You get to the line, have these numbers that are going to be full plays that we're just going to memorize. And we started using that on every 2-minute drive, and we would just pop, 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 pop down the field, score. It was kind of like leaving OTAs. Shoot, this is a good thing. This is a good product. This is something we can expand on. We come back 1 month later, training camp, and it's 1 through 20 now. It is no more just 12 personnel, 13 personnel. It is now 11 personnel, has become a little bit more of a staple for us, and that's expanded. We've got 1 through 30. It's grown to the point where it's like, hey, if you come into our offense, once you memorize 1 through 700, you'll know all the plays we dial in. That's just a joke. That's not true, but it's kind of like that, unquote. Keep in mind, if it weren't 3 wide receivers, Kupp would be on the sideline. So it stands to reason that Kupp was the difference maker for the entire Rams playbook in his rookie year. Even last year, the Rams ran 11 personnel 93.1% of the time last year. They led the NFL. Kawhi Leonard said it was, quote, no surprise, unquote, to him that Paul George left for Philadelphia. Leonard told the Scribes, quote, we knew what it was before the season. We knew what it was going to come down to. So we talked the whole way through, unquote. Now, Leonard did not go into specifics about the discussions. For example, he did not validate or affirm George's claims that the Clippers lowballed him or disrespected him, etc. Meanwhile, Leonard said his surgically repaired right knee, the one that kept him sidelined during the playoffs, feels just fine. He anticipates playing for Team USA in an exhibition game tonight. How much damage did the George trade with Oklahoma City do to the Clippers roster? They sent 5 first-round draft picks, for example, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to the Thunder to get Paul George. Take a look at the Clippers' Summer League team. They have only 1 first-round pick on the roster, and that's Kobe Brown. Kobe Brown was a rookie last year. He played only 394 minutes as a rookie last year. He shot just 29% from three-point range. He has attempted only 2 free throws in the NBA. Now, I'm not trying to sit there and say that somebody on the Summer League team has to replace Paul George. What I'm saying to you is when you have only one first-round draft pick during that whole time, you can't expect every first-round draft pick to hit. But if you only have one, you desperately need him to hit. Somebody's got to develop for this team into a real player sometime, right? Meanwhile, over with the Lakers, you shouldn't get too caught up in Summer League stats, but since Dalton Connect is struggling and Bronny James isn't even playing, there's always Blake Hinson to fall back on. The undrafted guard has gone 5 of 7 from three-point range on Sunday's game. We have talked quite a bit about what USC football has lost in the recruiting process, particularly on the defensive line. Fair. But the incoming offensive linemen, holy crap. 3 of them alone together are going to be a 1,240-pound bulwark. Try to get past 1,240 pounds of muscle. 3 linemen, Maximus Gibbs, boy, that's an appropriate name, Maximus, Zach Banner, and Elijah Vicona combined for 1,240 pounds. So let's not sit there and panic too much about USC. That offensive line is going to be a bunch of monsters if they develop. Former LAFC center back Mamadou Fall will stay with FC Barcelona. The 2 teams have reached an agreement. Barca will pay about £2 million to LAFC in the agreement to keep him around. Meanwhile, Tom Bogert, formerly of The Athletic and one of the very few soccer reporters that I trust, reports that the LA Galaxy are still pursuing attacker Marco Reus, formerly of Dortmund in Bundesliga. The Galaxy, as currently constructed though, can only offer Reus about $1.7 million because they've used up their 3 designated player spots on Ricky Puig, Joseph Painsil, and Gabriel Peck. So they want him. They've been talking to him. The conundrum, how the hell do you fit him in? But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me, for example, about the state of Dodger pitching, and even with a 7.5 game lead, are you a little concerned? Are you grateful for the fact that Cooper Kupp actually excelled because the Rams offense, while allegedly being predictable, is extremely functional? Or are you surprised that Paul George, or I should say, are you surprised that Kawhi Leonard is not surprised that Paul George left the Clippers? If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Cortell Queso production. Take care.